Hello, my name is Bruno Loagi. I'm the original developer of iText, and if you've visited our website lately, you see that we're calling all iText users to take a survey. This survey was written by Black Duck Software, an open source consultancy company who has an independent role to look at the answers by our users, by our customers, and to help us define new goals for the company. Let's take the short survey. Okay, so this is an explanation. That's what I've just said, and we thank you for taking the time to participate. And let's see how much time it actually takes to fill out the survey. So, who am I? I'm Bruno Loagi. My title is CEO. My email bruno.loagi at itextpdf.com. For iText Group NV. We're based in Ghent, Belgium. Our company size is 5 to 25 employees. Okay, how long has your company been using iText? Well, we wrote iText, so let's say that we wrote iText. Which versions do you have in deployment? Well, we always work with the latest version. Do you have a commercial license for iText? Doesn't really apply. We sell commercial licenses, so I'll say no. Okay. Do you deploy iText under a free software or open source license? Well, yeah, yes and no, so let's guess. Okay. So under which license do we deploy the open source version? Well, HGPL, because we're using the latest version, but it could be if you use an older version that you're using it under the LGPL or the MPL. The GPL is there. It's the trick answer if you say GPL. Or maybe you're using RUBS, iText RUBS, that's released under the GPL. And how does your organization license its value-added software that uses it? Well, we sell proprietary license, and there are people using iText under an open source license. We don't need to explain this. What is our company's view of the open source licensing term under which iText is made available? Let's say that it's part of our business model. We like the open nature of free software, but we also believe it's necessary to develop commercial activity to sustain projects. Just fill out whatever you think suits best with your views on open source and the open source licensing terms of iText. Next. Okay, what competing products have you used or evaluated? Usually I don't look at the competition, and there are some names I don't really recognize, but and some products are not really competing but are complementary, like JPedal, but I'm not going to fill this out. Well, I'm going to pretend that I'll take some time to click some values, and then here, depending on which you've tried, you can choose haven't evaluated. Well, I'll say haven't evaluated for all of them. Now, some of these names are recognized from Stack Overflow, and this is Big Faceless, by the way. And DataLogic sells the Adobe PDF library. Voila, haven't evaluated. Next. Okay, what is your end application or use case for iText? Well, we use iText for pretty much everything. Let's add text extraction. What development languages do you use in connection with iText? Well, I'm a Java developer. I don't think that's a secret. Where do you deploy iText? Well, on the desktop when we use iText and on a server. I have some mobile apps too using iText. On what platforms do you deploy iText? Well, Linux and Windows, and Android obviously for the mobile devices. How have you needed to obtain support for iText? Well, actually, I've used the iText support team for things that even I didn't know, which is a little bit funny as I'm the original developer of iText, but it happens that I need a specialist for some really obscure uh, PDF quirks. Where have you gone for support? Let's say that I go to the community forum. So if you have paid support, you would answer iText Group NV, which is the mother company of iText Software Corporation and iText Software BVA. But I'm very active on Stack Overflow, so let's use community forums. And how often have you needed to seek technical support for iText? Well, I don't really need technical support, but I'm going to say once a week because I'm at least once a week active on Stack Overflow. The responsiveness, well, I'll say excellent because I'm the one answering questions on Stack Overflow. The accuracy, well, sometimes I need to be corrected by people like MKL on Stack Overflow, and the helpfulness, well, I'll say it's okay because we can't always help everyone. This is okay. Next, overall quality. Well, let's say excellent. It's okay to brag with myself. So, commercial terms good, free software terms good, support excellent, documentation. I'm the author of the. I'm writing new books, so let's say good, so that well the next book is always better than the previous book and community. Let's say voila. Um, okay, here I have to give an order, I think, and I think that, well, for me, technical support is very important. Well, maybe standards and technical support. It's important to follow the standards and technical support. PDF 2.0 is due in 2015, so let's say because we're working on PDF 2.0 support. There are things that are in PDF 2.0 that are already implemented in iText, but well, training is important. Let's make that 5. Voila. Okay, almost done. What do you like best about iText Pick 3? Well, the fact that we comply with standards is one. Technical support and well, let's say pricing. Okay, because an iText license isn't that expensive. What would you most like to see improved in iText? Documentation, because I'm writing the documentation. Well, let's say documentation. I'm writing new books, and it's a slow process. But want most? What do we want most? Well, training is more or less in line with documentation. Um, yeah, maybe more functionality and PDF 2.0 implementation. Let's make that a success. Okay. Are you willing to be contacted for a follow-up interview? Okay, yes. Okay, I'm all done. So I don't know how much time this took, but I'll stop the movie and then I'll look at how much minutes it took me.